Before I tell you this story, I need you to ask yourself something. Have you ever loved someone so completely, so purely, that you would carry them on your back through the storm just to see them smile? Have you ever sacrificed your own hunger so they could eat? Have you ever stayed when every sensible voice in your head told you to leave? Because Peter did. Peter did all of that and more. And the woman he did it all for, she looked him in the eyes one day and told him he was nothing. She called him broke. She called him local. She packed her bags, walked past his tears, and stepped into another man's car without looking back. But here is what I need you to stay for. Because this story doesn't end with Peter crying on the floor, no. This story ends with him stepping out of a luxury car while she watches from the side of the road, oranges on her head, a child on her back, living the exact life she threw away. Stay with me. Because what God allows to happen to you in silence, He will announce in public. You are watching Tales by RM. If you are new here, subscribe right now and turn on your notification bell. This channel will change how you see loyalty, love, and life. The room was small. Not small like a studio apartment in a city magazine. Small like if you stretched your arms out, you could touch both walls. A single mattress on the floor, a plastic bucket in the corner, one window that let in more noise than light. This was home. This was where Mamuna and Peter built their world. A face me, I face you compound in Lagos, where the walls were thin and the neighbors knew your business before you did. Mamuna had come from a small village in the north. She had followed Peter here with nothing but a traveling bag and faith the size of a mustard seed. She believed in him. God knows she believed in him. Every morning, before the sun came up fully, Peter was already dressed, worn-out shoes, a faded polo shirt he rotated every 3 days. He worked as a carrier at the market, lifting heavy bags of rice and yam on his back.
Hey, watch out! Coming through!
Sorry, excuse me.
For traders twice his age who paid him little and thanked him less. And Mamuna, she would tie a wrapper around her waist, balance a tray of oranges and bananas on her head.
Fresh oranges and bananas, sweet and juicy. Come try some today.
And walk the streets calling, Oran, sweet Oran, buy your banana. Sun on her skin, dust on her feet, but dignity in her spine. Every evening, they would come home and pour their coins into a small tin. Sometimes it was 500 naira, sometimes it was less. But they poured it in together, they counted it together, and they dreamed together. Peter would hold her hand in that tiny room and say, Mamuna, one day, all of this struggle, it will become our story. It will become the thing we tell our children about. And she would smile, and for a time she believed him.
Her name was Zainab. She lived 3 doors down in the same compound, but you would never know it. Zainab did not look like someone who lived in a face me, I face you. She looked like someone who had escaped it and come back only to remind others that they hadn't. Expensive lace, Brazilian hair that swayed when she walked, a phone that cost more than 3 months of Mamuna's hawking income. She smelled like money, she moved like money, and money, as Mamuna would discover, has a very seductive scent. One afternoon, Zainab knocked on their door. Mamuna dear, come and visit me now, I am bored. Mamuna hesitated, but she went. Inside Zainab's room, everything was different. A proper bed with a headboard, a small generator humming outside, a wardrobe full of clothes that Mamuna had only seen in Instagram pages she could barely load. And on the table, takeaway food from a restaurant she had heard of but never entered. Zainab looked at Mamuna the way a cat looks at a mouse it has already decided to toy with. How is Peter? Is he still carrying bags at the market? You this girl, you too like punishment. Mamuna stiffened. Peter is hardworking. We are building. Building what? Zainab laughed a short, brittle laugh. Look at you. You are hawking oranges in the hot sun and you are using the word building. My dear, come and sit down. Let me show you what life looks like. And that was when she introduced her to Chief Bello, a man in his 50s, wealthy, polished with a smile that had been practiced for exactly this kind of moment. It started slowly, a gift here, a dinner there. An envelope slipped into her hands with a look that said, "This is what you deserve." And Mamuna, tired, hungry for more, bruised by years of counting coins, she let it in. She started buying things she hid from Peter. A new blouse, good shoes, a phone she said a friend gave her. She started looking at Peter differently. The same hands that used to feel like safety now looked like evidence of failure. Something was dying inside her, but she was too dazzled by the light to notice what was going dark.
The second anniversary arrived quietly. No cake, no restaurant, no grand gesture. Just Peter, who had been saving for 6 weeks, skipping his own lunch, setting aside whatever small naira he could, coming home with a small necklace and a cellophane bag. It wasn't expensive, he knew that. The woman at the market had told him the price, and he had counted the money twice to make sure he had enough. But he had bought it with something more valuable than money. He had bought it with sacrifice, with love, with 6 weeks of hunger. He opened the door and found her bags packed by the door. For a moment, the world did not make sense. "Mamuna, what is happening?" She didn't even look up at first. When she finally did, her eyes were cold in a way he had never seen before. "I'm leaving, Peter." "Leaving? Leaving where? What are you—" "I am tired," she said. "I'm tired of this room. I am tired of this life. I am tired of counting coins every night and waking up to count them again. Love does not pay bills, Peter. Love does not buy food." "Mamuna, please." "Don't Mamuna me. You are broke. You will always be broke. You carry bags for other people and you don't even see how small that makes you look. I am not going to waste my youth on a man with no future." The necklace was still in his hand. He held it out to her. "Mamuna, I bought this for you. I saved for—" She looked at it and scoffed. "A cellophane bag necklace. This is what you saved for." He dropped to his knees. Not performance, not pride, pure, broken desperation. "Please don't go. Please, we have come too far. I promise you things will change. I promise you." She stepped past him without a word. Outside, a black Range Rover was waiting. Chief Bello's driver opened the door. Mamuna got in. She did not look back. And Peter knelt there on that floor, in that tiny room that smelled like their years together, holding a small necklace in a cellophane bag. And he wept. If this story is touching you, pause right now and subscribe to Tales by RM. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Don't go anywhere, because the second half of this story is where everything changes. For a while, Mamuna's new life looked like the answer to every prayer she had quietly stopped praying. Air conditioning, good food, a man who paid for things without asking the price. She posted pictures on Facebook that she had never posted before, not because she wanted to share joy, but because she wanted to be seen. Zainab called her a fast learner. They laughed together over drinks that cost more than Peter's weekly salary. Mamuna told herself she had upgraded. She chose not to think about the man she had left on his knees. Then, one morning, she woke up and something felt different. By the end of the week, she knew she was pregnant. She told herself it would be okay. Chief Bello was a man of means. He would provide. He would be happy. She dressed carefully the day she went to tell him. She sat across from him in his office, her hands folded in her lap. "Chief, I am pregnant." He looked at her the way a man looks at a bill he didn't expect. Then he leaned back in his chair. "Get rid of it." "What?"
I said, get rid of it, Mamuna. I have a family. I have a wife. You were... He paused, searching for the least cruel word and choosing the most honest one. You were entertainment. I never promised you anything. Don't be foolish. Entertainment? Entertainment? I left everything for... Lower your voice in my office. He picked up his phone, and right there in front of her, he blocked her number. Just like that. Just like that. 5 digits and a tap of a screen, and Mamuna ceased to exist in his world. She ran to Zainab. Zainab, please, I have nowhere to go. The rent, Chief said he won't pay. Zainab looked at her, really looked at her. Then she laughed, sarcastically. My dear, welcome to the real world. Did I tell you to fall pregnant? I told you to be smart. You were not smart. Zainab, I'm your friend. We are not friends. We are neighbors, and my next rent is due, so I need you to go now. The door closed. The same compound, the same thin walls, the same noise. Except now Mamuna had no room, no money, no chief, no Zainab, no Peter, nothing. She found Peter's number. Her fingers shook as she dialed. The phone rang and rang. Peter, it's me. I made a mistake. I'm so sorry. Please, I have nowhere to go. Peter's voice came through, quiet, measured, and tired. Mamuna, I knelt on that floor for you. I begged you, and you walked past me without looking back. I pray you find your way, but that way cannot be back to me. The line went dead.
Pain has a way of becoming fuel, but only if you choose to burn it rather than drown in it. Peter chose to burn it. He moved out of that compound. He never wanted to sleep in that room again. Too many memories, too many ghosts. He found a smaller place, if that was even possible, and he enrolled in a computer training center that a church member told him about. He went 3 evenings a week after his market work. His fingers, rough from years of lifting, learned to move across a keyboard. He was slow at first. The other students were younger. Some laughed at him. He kept going. Within a year, he had learned enough to land a junior data entry role at a small logistics company. Within 2 years, he was handling their entire back-end database. Within 3, he was made a senior operations coordinator. He met Grace on a Wednesday afternoon in the office cafeteria. She had knocked her tray over and was quietly trying to clean it up by herself without drawing attention. Peter knelt down and helped her without a word. She looked at him and said, "Thank you. Most people would have just walked past." He smiled. "I know what it feels like to be walked past." They were married 18 months later. A small wedding, joyful in a way that expensive things rarely are. 5 years after Mamuna walked out of that room, Peter drove through the same area of Lagos, not because he had to, but because he had a meeting nearby. His driver pulled up at a junction. The car, a company-issued SUV, sat idling in the afternoon heat. Peter looked out the window, lost in thought. And then he saw her. Mamuna, older, thinner, a tray of oranges balanced on her head, a small child tied to her back with a faded wrapper, slipping against her as she walked. She was calling out to passing cars, "Oran, Oran, buy your Oran." The same words, the same sun, the same dust. She must have sensed something because she turned and looked directly at the car. And she saw Peter. She saw Grace, heavily pregnant, sitting beside him, laughing at something on her phone. She saw the car, she saw the suit, she saw the man she had called broke, called local, called worthless, now living the exact life she had abandoned him to go and find. And he had found it without her.
Peter looked at her for a long moment. No malice, no triumph, no cruelty. Just the quiet, heavy weight of time and consequence. The driver's window rolled up. The car moved forward. And Peter looked ahead. There is a thing that happens in life that no one teaches you about in school. It is the quiet arithmetic of choices. Every door you open leads somewhere. Every door you slam in someone's face leads somewhere too. Mamuna did not end up on those streets because she was a bad person. She ended up there because she let someone else define what her life was supposed to look like. Because she confused glitter for gold. Because she chose comfort over commitment. And Peter did not end up in that car because life owed him a reward. He ended up there because when the floor collapsed beneath him, he chose to build stairs. To everyone who is right now carrying someone on their back and wondering if it is worth it, keep going. Not because they deserve it, not because they will stay, but because who you become in the carrying will serve you long after they are gone. And to everyone who has walked away from someone faithful and humble because the packaging wasn't impressive enough, I want you to remember one thing. Diamonds don't announce themselves. Neither do the people who will love you longest. If this story moved you, share it right now. Someone in your life needs to hear this today. Subscribe to Tales by RM for more stories that will stay with you long after the screen goes dark. Leave a comment below. Whose side are you on, and what would you have done in Peter's place?